For decades, the governments around the globe consistently denied there were any odd objects flying around in the skies above our heads, despite the thousands of accounts by credible people all over the world. That all changed in 2017 with the release of a front-page story in the New York Times related to a previously unknown government program investigating those very same odd objects flying around in the skies above our heads. Initially, most people were ecstatic over this great revelation, but the initial fervor dwindled somewhat quickly as the next news cycle ushered in some new shiny object to gawk at. Mainstream news organizations that had heretofore avoided this subject like the plague were all of a sudden all on board to disclose this information to the general public. Broadcast outlets like 60 Minutes, Showtime, and 7 News in Australia all presented broadcasts covering this subject in great detail. Upon further research, it was found that the initial disclosure made by the American military was in 2004, but it was not disclosed to the general public until 2017. Why is this? Why is it that all of a sudden the U.S. government feels the need to put forth facts to the public that they have clearly and emphatically denied for decades on end? As many of you may remember, President Carter, Reagan, and Clinton all made claims to the public that they would get to the bottom of this once and for all and let the American people know the truth. Nothing ever came of those promises, and the presidents were denied access to this information by the various government agencies that held it. I have no doubt that those previously elected officials truly wanted to bring this topic out in the open for the public to digest on its own, but they were all stymied by the secret keeper agencies within the government. Now all of a sudden, this is no longer the case. Why? Is there some kind of agenda being put forth, and this is but one small piece of a much larger pie? Take, for example, the opinion held by some that the film industry works in collaboration with the government agencies to bring forth hidden facts in various films. These concepts have ranged from everything surrounding the 9/11 attack to the current pandemic and everything in between. Superman walking in Times Square with billboards showing both the word Corona and several people wearing masks several years before this all took place in real life. Is this just some odd coincidence or a planned output? Recently, we have seen a slew of releases all centered around a massive catastrophe of one form or another. Tom Hanks in Finch or Sam Neill in Invasion are but two examples. Even the zombie genre has grown considerably in the past several years, with films like Close Encounters, Contact, and Arrival. A footprint is planted within people's minds that these entities exist, and now we have the government saying so in no uncertain terms, that there's stuff flying around out there that they cannot explain. These craft are silent, they produce no heat signature, have no visible means of propulsion, yet are capable of flying well beyond the means of any frontline fighter and basically defy the laws of physics as we know them today. Every religion on earth has stories of entities from above descending to teach the humble humans how to live a better life. Be it an angel, a Shiva, or some other form of description of a heavenly body, none of them are from down here, so just from a purely practical standpoint, they have to be alien to us. We may not know what their origins are, but they sure as heck ain't from Ohio.
In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. And God said, "Let there be light." And there was light. And God saw the light, that it was good. And God divided the light from the darkness.
If they can take a front fender off and put it on the back there, they need to know where it broke off. See if it's a feasible procedure.
Okay, verify it's our C-pussy badge. What are those things going over? What is that, Jack? Hey, something just hit here. What's blue? Hey, what is that? Just kept flying over the top of our head.
This story will challenge your understanding of reality.
I've never had this conversation publicly.
Literally a game changer.
The mainstream media wouldn't touch it.
We are at a turning point in human history.
People's right to know.